RT101, and this is a update on the Coronet. Got some work done. Oh, we'll start with the interior, I guess. We got the interior all put together. I didn't flock it. I figured once we got the seats in, most of the injector pin marks were covered up. You don't see that much of the flooring anyway. But we painted the whole thing with the folk art licorice black. The trim work on the door panels there is bare metal foil. We used a Prismacolor marker on the door handles, the window cranks. Back here between the rear seat we used a Prismacolor marker. The headrest is Prismacolor marker. Steering wheel is Prismacolor marker. All the, I don't know if you can see the, probably not going to be able to see the gauges. I'm trying to hold it to where, anyway, all the gauge bezels are Prismacolor marker. You can kind of see it there. And all the dash detail is Prismacolor marker. And we kind of detailed out the emergency brake light. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's I painted it with Prismacolor marker, then went over it with, to me, a clear red. You can kind of see it right there on the lower left side of the dashboard. That's the emergency brake light. When I was detailing out these gauges, I was trying to remember, what the hell is this blank square? What was it for? And then I remembered it was for the emergency brake light. So there you can see, kind of see it there. But anyway, we got all that done, and that's the interior bucket. Nothing fancy, but a lot of it, you're not going to see once it's in the body, but when it's in there, I think it'll look pretty. I think it'll look pretty spiffy when it's in there. So. Got the, I think I already showed the bottom where we painted it, the titanium, the tunnel. So we got that all done. We've got the back end painted, the tail light panel, and the bezels in it, and that'll go up in here like this. And I have to figure out if I'm going to, there was a trim piece that went around the top. I don't know where around the top or the whole thing. I have to look again on that picture I'm using in my video on the back end, but I might put that bit of chrome trim on there using the Prismacolor, or I might just leave the whole back end just black. I don't know yet. I'll probably use, I'll probably put the chrome trim on. I think it'll look a little better. And all the trim work here on the back window, front window, wipers, rain gutter, that's all Molotow marker. No, did I say Molotow? Prismacolor, sorry about that. I had Molotow on the mind. I was getting ready to say it, the Molotow markers, at least my markers, seems like once they get some age on them, they don't work very well. Like the tips get all hard and crap. My one great big one I could still use, but the smaller one I barely use at all. And I've tried everything to try to soften the tip up and clean it up. It just doesn't want to work. Whereas my Prismacolor, this is a really old Prismacolor marker. The tip still works like a champ. So I'm just going to stick with my Prismacolor. I just bought a brand new one, which I'm using on the Coronet. This is the old one, and this is the new one. Then I bought a real small Prismacolor one. I don't know what size it is. I don't know if it's a 1mm or 2mm. But I bought that I'm going to start using instead of the Molotow, because I just like Prismacolor better. The tips seem to be a better quality, and they just last, it seems like, forever and ever. But anyway, so everything on here is Prismacolor. None of it's Molotow. So yeah, we just have to do the chrome trim on the door handles, door locks, scoops, and then the hood scoop for the ram here we got to trim out with the Molotow marker. There's a chrome trim piece on the front of these scoops that I need to put on there with the markers. So we'll take and do all that too when the time comes. But right now, I got that much done. Still haven't painted the bumpers or the radiator support wall yet. I got to get busy and get them painted. We've got everything done as far as the bottom end of the car. We've got the exhaust back on it finally and weathered up. Drive shaft weathered up. Engine mounted in it. That's all done. We've got the air cleaner mounted on it. I'm not too sure if I'm liking the air cleaner. I might switch it over to orange. I thought I'd like it a metal color, but I think I might switch it over to orange instead. But anyway, we got all that done and all glued in. The only thing I got to do now is go back and do some weathering on the floor pans and rails. But that's all done. Wheels are glued on now. The rims have been dull coated. I used dark ink around the lug nuts to kind of bring those out on the lug nuts there. So we got that all done. So that's got the tips on. Those are painted. I used my Molotow marker on the tips to brighten them up, I keep saying Molotow. Prismacolor on the tips to brighten them up, and then painted the insides black. And then they'll look pretty good when they're on a car. They don't stick out as far as they should. Actually, they need to stick out past the bumper. On the real things, they stick out past the bumper a little bit, but I'm okay with them ending right at the bumper. It'll still look okay, I think. But I should have added about 1/8 of an inch onto the pipes to kick these out a little bit more, but that's okay. At least they're even. So that's that. What else? I think that is it for the Coronet. Kind of went over it real quick, so I don't want this to be like a really, really long video. I think that's it. We painted Sophia, but I'm not happy with her. I think I'm going to strip it. Start all over. I'm just not happy with the skin tone on her. So I think we're going to put her in a vat of super clean for a couple of days. It should take the craft acrylics right off and redo her and get her looking a little better than what I got her. I'm just not happy with it. So, but that's ooh, Sophia, you're drunk. Go home. Let's see if I can get her to stand up on her own. I don't think she'll stand up on her own. There we go. That's it. Alright guys, take care. We'll see you in the next update.